What is up, scent heads, smell beast, and frag freaks? It's your boy. My name is Mega Dave, and today we got an Ambroxan Monster from a popular British YouTuber. That's coming up next, and this is Mega Dave's Faves. Yo, what is good, Fave fam? For everybody returning, I want to say thank you so much for being a Favy baby. It really means a lot. And if this is your first time here, welcome. As I said before, my name is Mega Dave. This is my channel, Oh So Fraiche, and this is my series, Mega Dave's Faves, where I take on popular designer, niche, and YouTube fragrances that I think are amazing and I think that you should check out. It's a little branch off of, or a series off of my main channel, Oh So Fraiche, where I mainly do duas, encounter scents, and things like that. This one is my faves from the industry. A lot of people have asked me many times, what are my favorites? What are my favorites from actual regular designer and niche houses? So here we go. The fragrance that we got in our house today is from a extremely popular British YouTuber. I actually caught wind of him first on Fragmental, my friend Chris over there. I saw him reviewing things and seeing his take on things. Then next thing I know, boom, he's got a line out, and the next thing you know, and one thing leads to another. And I got this baby in my hands here. It just came out. I picked it up quickly and was going to review it right away. The bottle was kind of jacked up. It sold out extremely fast. And instead of sending it back, I'm going to review it as it is. Some did leak out. Nothing to do with them. I think brand new bottling, something like that, something in handling. And I cannot blame that stuff on them. So I'm going to review it anyway. So let's get on with it. All right. So the fragrance we got, of course, ATH from Aaron Terence Hughes. That's his private brand. He is a mastermind. I've watched some of his videos. I'm subscribed there, and he doesn't know that I'm doing this review, but I've watched him, and he's very thorough and very in-depth. He actually is a scientist, so he knows all the lanolins, you know, and he has magical hands, as I see. And if you guys ever watched him, it's very entertaining to watch him. But what I love the most is he knows his shit, okay? So the fragrance that I saw first that draw my attention, of course, Slut got attention, a couple other ones, but Neon was the first one that I saw, and I'm like, whoa, that's going to be a hit. Ambroxan, aroma chemicals are already all over the mainstream, and every fragrance nowadays has them if you want to compete with anybody. So I was kind of curious to see someone like him, who I would consider, not in a bad way, a niche snob, okay? He picks on other brands, and I want to see what he takes on what I would consider like a designer realm, where a lot of people are doing this, and see his little spin. So I had to cop this. Came out quick on Max Aroma. I'll put that down below. I think it's getting restocked on the 22nd, 23rd, something like that. Don't quote me on it, but I know it sold out just like this. Picked up a bottle, 50 ml, 85 bucks in the USA. I think it's like 75 bucks over in Europe. So definitely very budget friendly. It's not going to be like $250 or any of the Jeremy fragrance stuff. So I think affordability wise, pretty good deal. And actually it shipped pretty quick. I think it got here 4 or 5 days, something like that. So let's go over it. First, the packaging. People that have got Aaron Terence Hughes stuff before, it's a plain white box, okay? It's nothing serious. It's got the name on the front, quick little sticker. They did print, little quick embossed thing there, ATH. Inside, holds the fragrance itself, little foam padding on the bottom. Has all the ingredients in it. I'm not going to bore you with everything. I think you guys know I only try to perceive what I smell. That's what I'm going to give you. But for you want, you can freeze frame it, whatever. Pretty cool. So nothing spectacular case-wise. Bottle, same thing. One of those really popular 50 mLs, you know, little round. Cap doesn't stick on really well, so don't really hold by it. And then you can see the staining that occurred. There was some light leakage in there. I probably have 46 milliliters. And again, I'm not going to hold it against him, especially, or with Max Aroma. I don't think has nothing to do with them. I think USPS just tossed it across the yard and came out like this, but still, it's still intact. I'm not going to bother him about it. So don't hold that against them. What counts though is the juice. So box sucks. Package sucks. Bottle actually pretty thick, you know, not magnetic, boo-hoo. So a lot of other stuff I have is not magnetic, no big deal. The thing that matters though, that sprayer, pretty decent. Very good fine mist sprayer. I think it does an adequate job with dispersing. Now it's filled this entire studio. So let's get into why you guys all came here and get to the scent breakdown. All right. I got my Neon, and of course, a piece of cardboard that I'm going to call my handy dandy fresh strip. And we're going to put this baby to paper. As you see, very fine mist. I wouldn't say it's like the best disperser, but it gets the job done. It actually gives you a good coating. And I think on his website, he recommends to put it on in a X pattern. I think that's what this sprayer is designed for. So it gives you a big, wide stream instead of a big, powerful jet right to it. You don't need very much. And I'm just going to be very, very quick with this. This thing is very strong. And with his description, before you even smell it, saying it's an Ambroxan Monster, it's strong. You don't need 15, 16, 20 sprays of this thing. So it definitely gets the job done, but let's get to the breakdown. All right, this opens up with a juicy, ripe grapefruit. Now, I know it's very, very recommended to put on skin. I've wore this multiple times. So I'm going to give you the opening. I already know it in my head. Obviously, I've wore this. I see what's in it. It is not a completely ginormous, note-laden fragrance, but I'm going to give you what it smells like quickly. Of course, test off of skin, not off paper like this. That's not really the best test, but if you guys are watching, you probably already know. So juicy, ripe, tart grapefruit. Very tart, actually, and very strong, very eye-opening, and you smell it and you're like, that's grapefruit. Now, I know it's not real grapefruit. I know he used a bunch of different synthetics in here. A lot of things in here are synthetic, and I know he likes to use a lot of aroma chemicals, but he does them in a very, very good way. I don't think you could actually use grapefruit. From what I've heard, can do something to your skin if you go out into the sun, which this is designed for being out in the sun, so you don't want to irritate people's skin, but it just opens up very bright. You get some notes of pineapple in here. Now, this isn't like a Ventus, chasing a Ventus or anything like that. You pick up some sweetness, some juiciness, some ripeness. So it has a tinge or a characteristic, if you will, of some Ventus-ish, but this is in no single way a clone of a Ventus. But it does have pineapple in it, so I just figured I would mention. But it also has grapefruit, and it smells nothing like Elysium. I just know people go nuts when they hear pineapple. They're like, boom, we got an Aventus clone. That's not what this is, okay? Very, very grapefruit forward, very citrus laden, citrus and thickness in it. It's got some lemon. It's got other citruses in here, but grapefruit is the main one that you're probably going to smell when you open it up and you spray it. And I got it all over here. I'm wearing like 5 different fragrances like always, but that citrus, that grapefruit is just going to be open your nostrils, and it's just going to make you like get in a great mood, make you cheery, kind of give you some energy, like you just swallowed a bunch of vitamin C pills. That's just what I get from it. Now, when we get to the mid, just like advertised, Ambroxan Monster. Sweet, powerful. I'm actually smelling it way too close because this thing does have some severe girth to it, okay? Another thing that I pick up is a white musk that comes in here. Fresh, it's clean, almost aquatic, but it's very strong and it's tart as well. So it's battling with that grapefruit that came down. That Ambroxan is in there. It's very, very Ambroxan heavy. And then that musk is kind of in there already battling it. And that's down from the base. So it came up already. So you can imagine how strong this is because it's inside the mid, at least to my nostrils, and doing a very good job. Now, as always, I wear every single fragrance, and I've wore this multiple days to try to give you guys and you girls the best indication of how long it's going to last, where to last, who can wear, and all of that. So when this dries down, it does have a warm, ambery type of feel, a little tiny bit of spice. I don't know what it's coming from. There's no spices really listed. The amber is listed. It is present. Also, we get a very nice wood, little base that sits there. Kind of holds some things together, and it's battling with that musk. The musk is really the biggest superstar in the end here in the dry down. The musk is the powerhouse. It is the workforce, and it is pushing really good with an Ambroxan. There's also a little bit of sandalwood. It's light, and I mean the slightest of creaminess. There's not a ton of sweetness in this. So when there's amber and there's sandalwood, generally you think there's going to be some sweetness. This is really more pungent in a good way. Powerful, strong, citrus, aquatic almost. This isn't labeled as an aquatic, but that white musk will give you that feel because it is kind of sharp, it is clean, and it is fresh. So to summarize this thing, the 3 main notes that I get from this to my nose, grapefruit, Ambroxan, and a white musk. So if those are things that you love, and you love citrus, and you love very strong, very synthetic in a good way, fragrances, this one is going to be right up your alley. Now, is it groundbreaking? Is it going to shake the earth with what it is? No, and that's the absolute truth. Is it a fantastic fragrance? Yes, it is. On me, on my skin, and now I'm definitely used to Duas that are 10, 12 hours plus. this is a very good fragrance. Now I can see if I was to overspray this a little bit, I put 5 sprays on. So I think on his page, he was recommending 5 sprays on damp skin. So straight out of the shower. Then after you dry, hit yourself again with some X patterns, all this. I just do my normal stuff, okay? That's how normal people are gonna wear it. If you wanna go the extra mile and be a little extra, do that. Maybe I'll try that. Maybe you'll get even better. Normal day, normal wearing, 5 sprays, 7.5, 8 hours, solid. 2 hours, amazing push, which is incredible. You expect that though with this Ambroxan. It's going to handle heat just fine. So it's designed for summer, probably the main place that you're gonna wear it. Anytime it's really hot, you wanna grab something that's gonna smell very good. Mainstream, a no-brainer, anything like that. This one's going to fit the bill. Absolutely. Springtime can handle it just fine. Even in the fall, I think if you want a citrus and you want to feel a little pick-me-up, this one can handle it because that base is pretty strong. In the mid, that Ambroxan can just push through if it dips down just a little bit. I don't think this is meant for winter. I think most people can find plenty more things, especially from him, that is better for the winter. But this one, definitely for warm weather, will perform extremely well. All right, it's time for the fresh score. So we have 7 categories that I'm going to list off with a max of 5 points for each one. A perfect score, which is going to be hard to get, is going to be 35 points. And the scoring will go as packaging, sprayer, originality, performance, which probably is the most important, value, versatility, and another extremely important one, compliments. So starting off with packaging, it's nothing. It's a white cardboard box. Bottle is about as plain as you can get. Juice is amazing though, like I said. So for packaging, it gets a 2 out of 5. All right, moving on to sprayer. As I showed you earlier, sprayer, pretty decent. Above average, I would say. So I would give the sprayer a 3.5 out of 5. Could be a little bit more condensed. Depends on your liking. I think this is meant to disperse a little bit more evenly. So definitely above average sprayer. I think it's going to get the job done. It's going to put this fragrance where you want it. So nothing bad to say here about that. Good job. All right, now in terms of originality, this is 100% an original fragrance. But is it original enough for me to give it like a 4 or 5? How dare I? I don't think it is. I give this a 3.5, which is very good for originality. I think he knows when he made this that it wasn't going to be groundbreaking. I don't think this was designed to be groundbreaking. I think it was designed to be long-lasting, compliment getting, and a very good pushing fragrance, and that's exactly what it is. But in terms of originality, there are others that have a similar vibe to it, so that's why I'm going to give it the grade that I did. I don't think it's a harsh grade. I think it's pretty good. It's above average, so 3.5 there. All right, coming up next is the performance. Performance is outstanding, especially for what it is. This is a niche fragrance, but has qualities and a scent characteristic of a designer house. This is a 4.5 on the scale. It almost tips it over. If it lasted just half an hour more, if this pushed to 8.5, 9 hours, this thing would be even better, and I would give it a 5. But in terms of performance, 4.5. The push is incredible. So nothing to complain about there. Now, moving on to value. The price, like I said, for me in the US was 85 bucks. For the euro, it's $75. Shipping may be a little bit less. I think I got the shipping for free. I'm not exactly sure, but $85, 50 mils for a fragrance with this quality of ingredients, with that good of projection, that good of performance, it's an absolute 5, a perfect score because what you're getting. Now, if you're one that love boxes and bottles and cool things, this maybe changes a little bit. Maybe you don't think the value is there, but I think he kept the price high in what mattered the most, which is the juice. Juice is the only thing I even care about. It could come in a freaking Capri Sun pouch and you squeeze it with that little straw that you poke through and you could squeeze it on yourself. But obviously it has a pretty decent little bottle, but it's a great value. $80, 85 bucks, whatever it is, for something that you probably only need 3-4 sprays of. Incredible. All right, versatility. How you can wear it, who can wear it, and all of that. So this is unisex, point there. You can use this 3 seasons out of the 4. Now, depending where you live, you may get this all year round. Maybe your versatility goes up just a little bit. Me, where I am, Chicago, where he's at, London, pretty dreary. So we're not going to get a ton of use out of this. People down in the hot parts of the United States, other parts of the world where it's extremely disgusting, you may get this as a 5. But for me, because I can't really rock it in the wintertime at all, if it's drizzly outside, I'm not going to pick this. I got something else that I can put on for that. So for that, it gets a 3.5. Still very solid. This could change for you. So if you're scoring this, maybe you give it a 4. Maybe you give it a 4.5. If you live Florida, anywhere in super hot climate, this is going to be an amazing fragrance. So take it for what you will. Now moving on, compliments. probably to most people that are buying this fragrance, this is probably what matters the most, the performance and the compliments. Compliments, this is going to get it, okay? A 4.5, there's not going to be many people that don't like this, okay? It's Citrus Ambroxan up in the air, has that feel to it, has that quality fragrance from a designer line that's all over the industry, but done in his own way with high quality ingredients that last. Now, I 100% paid for this bottle. I didn't ask for it for free. I didn't try to get it. So my thoughts are my own, but this is a very, very good outing, especially for my first time even venturing into his house. I know he has some crazy names, and I think it's done extremely smart for a marketing ploy or whatever, but the ploy aside and the names aside, the juice is incredible. 26.5 out of a possible 35 for what some would consider a designer fragrance with niche quality. I don't mean any of this in a disrespect. So Aaron, if you're watching this, you did an amazing job, my brother. It honestly is very, very good. It's what most of mainstream wants. And I see you when you're just bashing, you're saying, how can you improve on things? How you can make it better? And I see what you did, and I think you did a very good job. There's only so many ways that you can do a mainstream fragrance and make it smell unique without following like the rest, because so many people are using very similar scents. When I smell this, a couple that come to mind, Dior Sauvage, YSL Live, those are all super popular fragrances. And even from the niche realm or another YouTuber, it has a very similar characteristic to Office for Men. They don't smell the same. None of these have that, but they all have that power. They're all very good, and they have that it factor to them. They're very good. And so if you don't like those other two, I'm sorry for even mentioning those, but that's what comes to my brain. Has that ambroxan in it, that finished, polished edge to it, just like this one. All right, that's all I got. This was a very, very good outing, and I definitely can't wait to try some more stuff from Aaron Terence Hughes. I think the juice is amazing. I'm very excited to try this ozone that I saw. I think there's one called Onyx, Boss Bitch, Boss Bastard. There's a bunch of funky names that I definitely want to get over my hands. There's even one that smells like some nose candy, I heard. So I'm going to try these. You guys let me know down in the comments if you tried anything from Aaron Terence Hughes. Have you tried ozone? Have you tried any other that I need to get my little hands on? Let me know. Very cool fragrance. So Aaron, if you're watching, awesome job. Can't wait to try some more. And until I come to you again, continue to be blessed and stay fresh.